It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, three-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, he is trying to figure out what date. He's been on and off the phone all day. He's trying to figure out when the home installation is going to be scheduled for Boise State's blue turf in his backyard. He bought it for $25,000 yesterday. Dale Hellestrae, everybody.
My goodness, I didn't even know that was for sale. Wouldn't that look good in your backyard, Steve?
Not at all.
Dog can poop on it.
Yeah, well, that'll be a good thing. I hate everything about that gimmick.
What they replacing it?
Yeah, they're replacing it. Yeah,
with another blue turf.
No, it's a different color.
Oh, really?
Let me find out. I want to make sure it wasn't something I saw like a joke or something, but no, they're changing it with a different color. Yeah.
Well, you were in and out of sleep last night. You got this nasty cold that's hanging around for the third week in a row, and coughing. I got your cough now since I used your microphone yesterday.
Except it was cleaned and a different mic cover. I have my own mic cover. Nobody else is allowed to use.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I changed it all out, Dale. You don't even know it. That's how important your health is to me. in your advanced age. Yeah. You will not die of sickness because of me.
Wonderful.
No, I wipe down the mic. I switch out covers. There's another one up there that I switch out for just you.
Thank you.
On top of it.
Thank you. I want to make sure that I'm alive for the next couple of weeks for this Aaron Rodgers quarterback watch as I begin the countdown.
Why do you have to make me laugh?
Aaron. Everybody, I started calling him Holmgren yesterday. Holmberg is the hugest Pittsburgh Steelers fan ever.
Yes.
Sick to the core as far as
it's ridiculous. Yeah. As a grown man,
yes.
Entering the second half century of life.
Yes.
My God, it's a nauseating. Yeah. That's what teenagers and young 20-year-olds deal with fandom.
If you would see his little TV viewing room, he's got jerseys and pictures. Anyway, he has said for the whole offseason that they already have a deal and he's going back to Pittsburgh. But evidently the Cardinals are going to try and swoop in and steal him away, Steve.
It's ridiculous.
You wouldn't like that signing?
No, it would be a ridiculous signing on the world. It's going to ruin you for two reasons. One, you're going to win more games than you should. And you're not going to solve your quarterback situation. You're going to be in the exact same quarterback situation the following year as you would bringing him in this year. Because you're not bringing him in to not play.
I heard some idiots talking on the radio yesterday. I forget who. But they said the too early.
I'm checking. Was I filming on the radio yesterday?
I wasn't listening to you yesterday. So they said there's 12 quarterbacks that will go in the first round. In the 2027 mock draft.
Yeah, all the mock drafts are coming out. The first ones that came out had 7 or 8, 9 for quarterbacks in the first round. The original ones, yeah. And then a couple came out yesterday. I've heard that as well. I haven't looked at the new ones because I don't really care.
No.
But yeah, I'm hearing that too. 12, up to 12.
Yes.
That means there's 12 teams out there needing quarterbacks in worse forms here. Sorry, folks. Why does my computer do this? Like right in the middle of whatever. I don't even press anything and boom, it pops up.
Well, I'm sitting here looking at, I just pulled up the teams in the National Football League. Buffalo Bills, no. Dolphins, yes.
Yeah.
Patriots, no. Jets, yes.
I would argue Patriots might be a maybe. But okay.
I don't know. Their quarterback just took them to the Super Bowl, Steve. Ravens.
What's that mean?
Bengals, no. Browns, always. Steelers,
yes.
Texans,
no.
Colts,
maybe.
Colts,
yes.
Jaguars, no.
Are you sold on Trevor Lawrence?
They won 13 games last year.
Not spring chicken anymore. No, I agree with you. That's a no, but he takes a lot of heat down there in Jacksonville. So.
Titans,
yes. No. Cam Ward, no.
Broncos,
no.
Chiefs,
yes. Unload Mahomes, please. The Cardinals would gladly take him.
Raiders, no. Chargers, no.
No.
Cowboys can't afford one.
Do they need one? Probably.
Yeah.
But they're not going to. Yeah.
Giants, Eagles, Commanders.
Giants are an interesting case because new coach. How does Jackson Dart mix in with him a little bit?
Right.
That could be something that comes up. You know, new coach might say, I want my quarterback in here. So you could see that kind of happening, right?
You could. Bears, no. Lions, he's getting old.
He's older, yeah.
Packers, I'd say no. Vikings.
But the Packers are somebody to watch because what do? They draft their guy 5-6 years before he's needed.
Yeah, that is true. Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers.
I'm not sold on the Saints liking Tyler Shuck as like the future.
Yeah.
So you could see them up, potentially upgrading, this year. Falcons, yes. Are you sold on Michael Penix? Same type of his new coach, like the same thing. Hey, Michael Penix is good, but I like this guy in my system better.
Often hurt. And then in the West.
It's not small injuries with him either. It's like full-blown knee blowouts and stuff.
Like his third one or something. Yeah. And then obviously in the West, everybody's set there. Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks.
Oh, Carson Beck, baby.
No, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers and Carson Beck go at it.
Oh, my God. It'd be amazing when Carson Beck beats him out. The babiness that would happen on the back end of that losing that roster there as well. Yeah, that'd be amazing. But I mean, even the Rams, they have Stetson Bennett there. Then obviously Ty Simpson now there.
Yeah, they took Ty.
But I mean, you're not. I'll put it this way: most teams will get laughed at if they took another quarterback last year, what the Rams have done. The Rams don't care; they just rebuild. It's nauseating.
Retool.
Yeah. The Papa Mike says, hello, Stephen, and three-timer Dale. Dale's taking off early today, 9:20-ish. He's taking off. Go play some golf. Hey, I meant to ask you, did you guys earn some money for the, because I wasn't asked to donate at all. So,
no.
Did you guys make some money for the veterans last week?
It's their biggest fundraiser, yeah. On Monday, they had that golf tournament, and it's their biggest fundraiser of the year. Yeah. 2 groups on every tee. So it's a 5-hour round. Moved pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say, that takes forever.
Yeah, and then,
but it's a fundraiser, meaning when you go to play in it, that's how you raise it. There's nothing.
Yes.
It's not like there's...
They have silent auction stuff.
Like that,
and
But you have to be
that.
participant. Like, a guy like me can't just be like, here's a check.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, but I wasn't asked. So.
Well, I wouldn't do that to you. I want you to donate to the Hellestrae Fund. The Graham Tate and Beckett.
No, you're about to get Ethan's graduation announcement, so I'm hoping you donate to the Ethan McCollum graduation
I already did,
fund.
didn't I?
What?
Didn't I already?
No. Well,
give him the 50% savings.
Nah, that wasn't for him. That was for his parents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give that to him. Love the Hellestrae.
Just kidding. I know it's funny too because I'm like, because I'm sitting there going through it, and I'm like, well, Ethan, works around here, and he's going to come work again this summer with us and stuff,
right?
And everything. So I'm like, oh, he knows Lou, he knows Dale, like, because then I get all that paranoid. Okay, this is what I'm going through right now. I get all this paranoid stuff, like people that have been around Ethan, because like if I don't bring one in for Dale, I'm never going to hear the end of it.
And if you do, you're never going to hear that.
Yeah, and if I don't bring one for Lou. I'm like, Lou doesn't. Lou cares, but like Lou doesn't know him. Lou just knows him around here, and they talk when they're in here together and stuff like that. But then I'm like, yeah, but if I don't, then it's going to be like, oh, you didn't think highly of Lou to give him a graduation notice. Or I'm just using them as examples. But that's literally what I'm going through right now. Like, oh my God, is this person going to be insulted if we don't give him one? They're going to think I think less of him.
If you think this is difficult, wait until they start getting married.
I'm not a marriage guy, believe it or not, folks. Not a marriage guy. So that one I'm going to be like, I'm sparing you from this.
Oh, you're not a wedding guy.
I'm not a wedding guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't care. I'll just be like, I want nothing to do with this. I'll show up because I'm supposed to, but I want nothing to do with this. I don't want to bore people with it. But that's just me. I'm that type of guy. I'm trying to spare you on that deal.
Yeah. Boy, every time you laugh, look at you go.
I warned Kobe. I said, if I go into a coughing fit, cut my mic. Cut my mic so it doesn't catch up to you guys there. I woke up this morning. I feel better than I have all week. I felt fine. I've just been stuffy. I woke up this morning, though, Dale, and I feel like I got something stuck in my throat. I have been coughing fit galore, and it's just trying to get whatever it feels like is in my throat. I've drinking drinks. I've, done all this stuff to try to get it worked out, and it just feels like something's right there.
That's not strep throat, is it?
No, it's not sickness. It's just it's whatever's happening. It just feels like it's right there. So that's where the cough comes from today as well. So, but yeah, so Papa Mike goes on to say, Steven, Chipotle CEO is looking out for you. He wants you to remain Big Steve, not go to even bigger Steve. That was a story in I had Chipotle for lunch yesterday, but there was a story today that the Chipotle CEO said, if you don't get big enough servings, just ask for bigger ones, and the staff will give it to you.
Really?
Yeah, which is bullcrap, because I've seen the staff tell people no, or double meat's $1 more, or whatever. I've seen them do that to people. Because yesterday, I went there, Dale.
Okay.
And, you guys got done with the Dave and Real Matrix and all that stuff. Got done with that for this week, and I was starving, so I'm like, I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. So I went to Chipotle. I got tacos. One of the tacos, like for the beans, she literally put 3 beans into one of the tacos, and then put a decent amount in the other 2. And that was made me think of that story because it happened yesterday.
Okay.
And everything. And I was like, should I ask? I'm like, I'm not gonna ask. She's gonna spin it in or something.
Well, the one thing about at least Chipotle, they do it right in front of you. They don't take it to the back. And
I know, but I'm still like, oh, there's going to be a spoon that she knows fell on the floor and somebody stepped on it, and she's going to reach down and grab that specific spoon.
Wow.
To give me more.
See, I don't think people are quite as evil as you think they are, but for some reason that goes through your mind.
Oh, no, I'm very cognizant of that because I know how I would react to people. No, I'm just kidding. But my bigger point today, though, was why don't you just train your people to give more portions?
Well, because if we could get away with giving out less.
This is my point. They're being trained to give less. Because I'll put it this way. If you worked at Chipotle or anywhere, and if your boss didn't tell you what portion size to do you give a crap how many beans or meat you put into it?
Not coming out of your wallet.
Not affecting you at all, right? Right? So that's the only reason why it's bad. When you go less, it's because you're being trained that way. And I called out the Chipotle CEO this morning on McCollum on Business.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. He's a lying son of a gun. I have seen people go, can I get some more meat on that? And I've literally seen people go, that'd be $1 more for double meat.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you're charged with double meat, you better put double the meat on there.
The biggest scam in the world is charging $8 for guacamole, which I'm not a guacamole fan. Charge as much as you want because I ain't ever getting it, even if it's free. But that's the biggest scam on the world as well. So yeah, that's what Papa Mike's talking about there. But Robert says, I hope Rodgers does sign with the Cardinals just for all the consternation by the media. I'm not going to lie to you guys. As a season ticket holder, I would enjoy Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback of the Cardinals. I'm just saying for the growth of the Cardinals, it's the worst decision you can make. It's going to hamper you. It's going to set you back a year or two on top of it. Because Carson Beck's not going to get a play against Aaron Rodgers. You're not going to know what you have with him, so you're right back in the same quarterback position. You're going to win more games than you probably should with him as well, which means it's going to give you that fake rebuild, hey, we're back mold, when you're really not back, because you're not going to be able to replace him later on. Then, on top of it, the headaches he brings, the off-the-field stuff he brings, the locker room things that he brings. I'm not interested.
No.
Not interested in that side at all from that side. Robert says, are they counting the supplemental draft? I hear a guy at LSU may need to go through there. Not just LSU, Texas Tech.
Yes. They're trying to figure out if he's going to be eligible.
He's talking about, I'm assuming Robert's talking about the rumor that's out there that Sam Levitt was betting on football when he was at Arizona State. I've only seen that. I've only seen that at one or two places, and it's not national. And when the Sorsby situation happened, in my mind, I went, here come all of the rumors about starting quarterbacks and their gambling. And sure enough, it started to happen and things to that effect. So, but I've only seen it at a couple of places that would not top tier places that I would trust, or, or at least verify. I haven't seen it any place else out there as well. So,
yeah, I did not hear anything about Levitt. Maybe that's why he didn't go to the banquet after the season.
He bet he wasn't going to make it?
He bet that he was going to be the team MVP.
Moppa Mike says, Dale said for Steve to, quote, give Ethan the 50% savings, end quote. That's genius, Dale. Great thinking, sir. Did you say it was 50% savings? I didn't announce what the savings was.
I don't know what it was. I thought she said it's around that much.
It was 55. I'll just tell you.
Oh.
It was 55%.
Yeah, I mean, that's
no, Dale, your daughter that I've always thought hates me. That's the daughter that hates me. She came through for me, so I appreciate that.
That should go straight into Ethan's wallet. Just saying. Ethan.
That's how cheap Dale is. We went to his lovely wife, who we like way more than we like the husband, birthday party, and it said no gifts, and we still showed up with a nice bouquet of roses and everything.
And I really enjoyed them. Thank you.
Yeah, we saw the picture. It was wow. Let's put it that way. Wow, as well. Yeah. My Papa Mike said, Steven, seriously, have you changed your meds lately? Certain meds will cause a cough. I don't know if you're being serious there or not. No. Last week I had to do shows by myself because somebody needed a ton of time off last week. So I had to do a lot of talking. My voice started to go about Wednesday, and I started like that. And then I just got stuffy. And now I got a cough. It's annoying.
Are the Rattlers at home this week?
Oh, they're at home this week.
So you have to do something this weekend.
Sunday, I think 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Oh, you like the 4 o'clock game.
I love the early games, man, because I'm back home by 8:30. Because it's about, we're for the press conference, which, will we have a press conference this week?
Yeah, very cryptic tweets from your favorite coach, Kevin Guy.
Well, his tweets are amazing. He cracks me up. He's doing like boxing, like people are doing boxing stuff with him at the Muhammad Ali photo where he's standing over Frazier. And their faces are on there.
Yeah.
And things. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. So you've seen those tweets.
Yes.
I've seen those tweets as well, and you and I both know. You know better than I do, but we both know how Kevin Guy is, at least around the Rattlers situation.
Right.
And now he carries himself differently than a lot of people do and stuff like that. Good, bad, indifference. A lot of people don't like him because of it. I think it's kind of interesting and humorous. It keeps it interesting out there. I have no problems with it whatsoever. But these tweets are making me laugh. And I'm like, ooh. Because I was like, well, if he's tweeting this out, that means he either didn't get in trouble or they're like, play it up some more. Let's get some more notice here. Because I'm like, no coach is that's getting in trouble going to then start posting funny things about fighting the guy from Las Vegas and stuff like that. You want to downplay it if there's a possibility of suspension and stuff like that. You want to downplay it as much as possible. There was no downplaying here, folks, with these tweets.
There wasn't. The one that kind of stood out to me is better to, when you walk into the wrong door, go through the other door so you don't spend all that time in the wrong room, kind of deep and whatever.
Yes.
I have a feeling there's some kind of fine levied.
Well, I got the statement from the IFL. Came out late last night,
and
folks.
that was very
Throw it up, Kobe.
sublime too.
What is the commissioner doing? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I am not a fan of Todd Tryon. Never have been.
Okay.
I just don't think he's leading the IFL down the right path. That's what I mean by that. It's not that I don't like him personally or anything like that. It's just I question a lot of his decision-making pails and stuff like that. I'm sorry, Kobe. What'd you say? Yes, thank you. Yes. Sorry, I had it on my screen, so I thought you had thrown it up there. Here's the exact statement. I'm going to read it from the office of the commissioner, Dale.
That looks very official.
I know. As the Major League of Indoor Football, the IFL holds itself to the highest standards. We had an unfortunate incident that took place on Sunday night that does not reflect who we are as a league. We are a platform to build your brand and advance your career. We are family friendly and put out a professional product. The actions displayed during and after the game do not represent who we are and the standard that is expected. Heavy fines, suspensions, and other internal disciplines have been assessed. This has been an outstanding 18th season of the IFL, and the competition's only going to get more intense. We move forward. This is why this commissioner drives me nuts, Dale. He talks about how this doesn't reflect how we are as a league. But I can agree you probably don't want two coaches fighting
on the field.
On the field. I can understand that.
And then one of them challenging them after the game.
This is so great. I can't get enough of that. I'll be right back here if you need. I'll be right back here waiting. I wonder how long he waited. That's what I want to know. Before he finally was like, all right, let's go. Let's get back to Phoenix. But then he says, they say, we are a platform to build your brand and advance your career. Kevin Guy's been around for 18 years now. Like, what career is he advancing? He's perfectly happy doing this. He loves doing it. He's a legend in the indoor game.
Mm-hmm.
What's he advancing? So then I'm like, well, maybe that's a shot at the Las Vegas head coach, who isn't Kevin Guy's stature, if you catch my drift. Successful guy on that. But then they say we are family friendly and put out a professional product. Family friendly, yes, but a professional product at times. You've had a lot of controversies from Massachusetts players going to the stands here in Glendale to other incidents within your league as you've been commissioner. Like this, it's not a Scott clean league, let's put it that way, under Todd Tryon's leadership as commissioner. But then he goes on, and he says the actions displayed do not represent who we are and the standard that is expected. Did anybody notice how nothing was levied? What fines did you levy?
Well,
what suspensions are out there?
That was private.
So nothing was done, Dale? What fine was given? Because that tells me you gave a $1,000 fine to Kevin Guy, and you fined the Las Vegas guy $500. What if you want to be a professional organization and say we do not put up with this? You announce that stuff.
Well, tell me this.
It can't be a suspension. Can't be private. We're gonna know this weekend.
Tell me this. Who would you find more, the Vegas coach or Guy?
I did. Okay, well, Kevin Guy has to be fined because of the after-game stuff. You've got to send that message. Look.
But who instigated it?
No, that's my point. I told you all along, I don't like the way the Las Vegas coach. Then after Kevin Guy loses his sideline privileges, he's sitting there going, and egging on some more.
But what I've always here, and I know the NBA.
He pushed him. He pushed him first. Yeah.
Who pushed him first?
The Las Vegas coach pushed Kevin Guy first.
And so again, if he doesn't put his hands on Guy, I don't think any of this happened.
No, they would have just been talking.
Yes.
No. He walked over and pushed Kevin Guy first.
Yeah. And so
he started. I know I agree, but this is my argument, Dale. If you're a professional organization and these actions displayed during and after the game do not represent who we are, and a standard is expected, and you're not going to announce the punishments, tells me you didn't give a punishment.
Well, here's the other thing. Keep this in mind. Because I know, like last year when I was doing games and you were covering them, there are a lot of personal fouls, and Kevin Guy started talking about finding guys and then making them do extra conditioning and all that.
They run after that stuff.
And so their coach. So if a defensive lineman did it, then the defensive line coach had to run. Offensive. But these guys don't make much money.
No.
Now, Kevin Guy makes he's the highest paid guy in the indoor football league.
Yeah, he's basically an owner of the Rattlers, if you don't know.
Because he's the general manager, president, and head coach.
He runs the team, Dale.
But still, even with it being him, a severe fine might only be $1,000 or $2,000.
That's my point. This is why you don't announce it.
That's what I'm saying.
Is because it's not a steep "don't do this again" penalty.
No,
it's going to come off as a soft penalty.
The reason that I'm thinking they do it is because they don't want to know. They don't want people to know
what they make.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be true.
They don't want the players' salaries to be out there. They don't.
Aren't they out there though? Well, they're not out there. No. But you generally know. Okay. Maybe I just know because I'm involved with it.
Because I didn't even know how much guys were making.
No, but you know general amount though, right?
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot. Well, they get housing and stuff while they're here. Like most of these players don't even live here.
Right.
But they get apartments.
But the thing that the Rattlers will do and certain teams will do is they'll get them off. They'll have off-season jobs.
Yes. Or in some cases in the Bay Area with that owner last year, bonuses off to the side that nobody's supposed to know about.
Right.
But see, that's my problem too. Is I know a lot of intricacies on this league from several people, and I want to be clear on this, not from the Rattlers, from other teams and leagues. I know some of the rumors of what other owners have done over the last several years to skirt the system.
Oh yeah,
and get the players that they want.
Yeah,
those are out there behind the scenes and not talked about publicly, but behind the scenes on, and I threw out the Bay Area owner because Bay Area is not around anymore, but there was in the rumors, and when it was brought up, the rumor was out there around the league was the commissioner saying, "We don't want to touch this.
Right.
We're not looking this way." So that's why I have a different opinion about this commissioners. Look, this league is owned mostly by people that they own furniture stores and they want to promote their business, so they own an IFL team. Most of them aren't the Rattlers owner, who's a billionaire and has sports franchises all over the place, European soccer teams that are winning championships, stuff to that effect. But that's my point, though, here, Dale. You can't say this is everything we expect and then not act like a professional organization. I did reach out to the Rattlers last night, just saying, hey, any statement you guys have? Haven't heard anything back yet. And I can tell you this, they're all in the office this morning. Because I know when their practice is, and I know when they get there, and stuff like that. And it'll be interesting to see if we get a statement from the Rattlers or not.
Right.
I'll just check my email to see if we've gotten anything. Or they're just going to ignore it. I can tell you this. It ain't going to be ignored on Sunday at the game, after the game. Opert, me, or probably the two that might open our mouths and ask those questions.
Are you going to be like the Toronto Sun
wouldn't that be
reporter?
amazing? Yeah. Hey, I did some research on the Las Vegas head coach.
Yeah? Yeah?
That was some gasoline on the fire. So I have reached out to the Rattlers for a statement.
Okay.
We'll see if they respond to me at all on that. But I don't know. Then he goes on in the statement, though, Dale, and he says, this has been an outstanding 18th season of the IFL, and competition's only going to get more intense. That line alone drives me nuts, because you're also saying, you thought this was wild. Stay tuned. There was no punishment. I'm convinced, Dale, there was probably a couple fines for, saying the B word on Yahoo Sports, which there's no antenna, it doesn't matter, but I'm not going to lie to you too as well, Dale. I have long thought the commissioner, I'm going to use the term, he's afraid of Kevin Guy. I'm going to say, that might be too harsh of a statement.
Yeah, I would say
the commissioner's biggest fear is the Rattlers pick up stakes and leave this league.
I don't think he's afraid. I do believe that the Rattlers have.
They know their worth.
Again, I look at the Rattlers in the IFL kind of like the Patriots and Cowboys in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. A good way of putting
And
they have a large say, and they're well respected.
Yes. Yeah. And the reason they are is because they're kind of the flagship franchise, and they bring the most people.
Yeah, so afraid's not the right word, but like the NFL commissioner knows not to piss off Jerry Jones, the Patriots owner, Kroenke. He knows not to make those guys angry.
Right. Well, the way we put it,
he will be out of a job in 2 seconds if those guys get mad at him.
No matter what time of the year, if Robert Kraft calls Roger Goodell
and wants something,
and Goodell's in the Bahamas, in his Speedo frolicking, he's still going to answer the phone.
How do you know that me and the Goodell party like that?
Because I know you travel with highfalutin people.
Well, it's those golden Speedos really look good, man. That's all I'm going to say. The way the light glistens over them.
Oh, gosh. I just lost my breakfast.
I'm just talking about on me now.
No, but it's fascinating the way they decide to handle it.
I know. I actually am shocked. I knew a statement would come. Here's the other side. I went back and I looked how they handled the Massachusetts thing. They announced these players are suspended. These players will never play in this league again. They're definitely
a couple
suspended.
of them were suspended for the rest of the year for sure.
Indefinitely. Like never coming back to this league type vibes. Rattlers. Well, I'll even say this. Rattlers and the Nighthawks get involved. The Nighthawks owner is a very, very rich man also. Those two teams battling for the West thing, I could see this wanting to be swept under the rug a little bit is what I'm getting at. And this tells me by not announcing it, there's a reason. And then Kevin Guy's tweets on top of it, kind of egging it on some more, if you will.
Yeah.
That tells me the commissioner went, would you guys knock it off? Thank you.
I wonder if you'll see on Sunday that maybe the suspension is you can't come on the field for this game.
But and that's the thing. But with Kevin Guy, we won't know it because last home game was the first time he wasn't on the field for offensive plays. That's the thing. You can easily say that and go, okay, your on-field privileges aren't there anymore. You can't be on the sideline anymore. For this game, you can't be on the sideline. You have to sit on the bench.
Was he out there for defense, though?
He was, yeah.
Okay.
But you can easily have somebody else.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You can.
And you have all week to practice it and stuff to that effect and get the game system down. Because they practiced that. Kevin Guy said for the offensive side, they practiced it all week. It wasn't like they went into the game and they were like, get out there, kid.
Yeah.
They practiced. They worked on it. They did all that stuff. But you're right. It could be something as simple as that, where they go, all right, you just don't be on the sideline this year. Have your coordinators be out there and do that thing. But again, the statement says this isn't who we represent. That tells me you're pissed, and major fines should be there should be serious repercussions. And then they go, so we did heavy fine, suspension, and then they go, oh, it's only going to get more exciting, folks. Tune in. It's a league. I'll say this about Todd Tryon. He's a genius. If I was the IFL, I would be hyping this up beyond belief.
Oh, big time.
It would be on every Yahoo Sports would have commercials of it happening. You would play this. I would play this up because you know who's going to turn into a league that they're having record numbers on Yahoo Sports, but they're still tiny. They claim they're having record numbers on Yahoo Sports. What's going to bring eyeballs to this? This type of stuff. I hate to say it. Your football league, if you're not a fan of this league, you're not just going to be sitting there going, I'm going to find Yahoo Sports and watch the indoor football this league. I would be hyping this up beyond. But at the same time, you can't say you accept it. So my conclusion here, Dale, is Todd Tryon might be a genius in terms of we're going to say it's not acceptable. We're going to pretend something's happened major to put an end to this. And then we are embracing this, and we are selling this as we move forward and cruise those eyeballs out there.
And Kevin, go ahead and keep tweeting.
Because that's the thing. If he got heavy fined or suspended, you're not out there tweeting stuff.
I don't think you are.
In that conversation, it is, you will not speak of this again. We do not do anything about this again. You put nothing out. You don't talk about it moving forward. And instead, he's putting stuff out there, which tells me It ain't that bad of a punishment. And that's the right way to do it, Dale. If this was the NFL, you have to squash this in 3 seconds. Suspensions, huge fines, because the NFL doesn't need that type of antics to get the eyeballs on them. If anything, the NFL will be hurt a little bit by it. This league, no, you're putting this out everywhere.
You know, it's fascinating when we started talking about this yesterday. It dawned on me. I played the Green Bay Packers 2 times in Milwaukee. They used to split their games between Lambeau Field and Milwaukee County Stadium.
Eesh.
And
one dump to another back then.
Well, Lambeau Field wasn't. Well, it was old. It was
old by then.
Yeah,
that was before the remodels and stuff. Yeah.
But Milwaukee County Stadium, both teams were on the same sideline.
Oh, which is what.
Yeah, which is what
it's like in Vegas.
Yeah,
Rattlers have them on opposite sides.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just fascinating. IFL, man, hype this up. Todd Tryon, prove me wrong, man. Hype this up like nobody's belief.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he said, hey, whatever they discussed, he either told Kevin, hey, keep this up, or Kevin said, hey, do you mind if I keep going?
Yeah, he got the, I'm going to say blessing, but well, like in the NFL, if you get fined or whatever, you're told to shut up and not bring it up again.
Right.
Like there will be you'll get more punished if you start doing social media posts and a lot of times when you do stuff like this, if there's a danger of a penalty coming, you backtrack quickly and you stop posting stuff. You don't egg it on,
right? Because
you want it to squash down, so your punishment will be less than if you keep hyping it up and things to that effect. And it's just the opposite's happening, man. So there we go. Todd Tryon, show me what the leader you are there, buddy. I don't hate him as a person. I want to be clear on this. It's just I think some of their decisions over the last several years have hurt the league more than they've gained it. Now this Yahoo Sports situation free is apparently helping it, which is good. Then this stuff can only help it some more. Some personality on that field. Do it. So Sunday will be fun for me. I'm looking forward.
It should be interesting.
And we'll see. Like I said, if the Rattlers do respond with a statement, or I'm sure, I can tell you this, I'm not the only one that reached out to him for a statement or anything that can be put out there. I have no doubt Richard Obert's on top of this
and I've not seen anything from Obert either.
Yeah, so and he would get it before I would get it. Let's be clear on that, unless they just send it out to all of us, kind of a deal.
Right.
But so it'll be fascinating to see. The other media people, I don't know, how on top of it they would be. But if I get anything, I will pass it along to you. But I'm loving every second of this, man. There's just something about, like I said, if this was the NFL and this was LaFleur doing this, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Fire him on the spot. The guy has no cool or anything. There's something about these lower tier leagues where you just go, you go, boys. You go.
Well, again, like you said, you're just a casual sports fan. All of a sudden, you see a clip of this.
You're going. You're tuning into the Rattlers game this weekend.
Yeah,
I want to see that coach. I want to see that guy on the coaching. I want to see what that guy does on the field. Yeah, you're hyping it up. It's like what the NFL used to do. ESPN had to stop it because of the CTE lawsuits, but they always did the what was that? When you got jacked up or whatever.
Yeah.
Guys getting blown up on the field. NFL's sitting there going, oh, we don't like those types of plays, and we find those type of hits.
Yeah.
And then you go to ESPN on Sunday night, and you got jacked up as being played, and everybody's getting lit up everywhere.
Never wanted to be on that, Steve.
Well, you wanted to be on it on one side, not the other side.
You didn't want to be you wanted to do the jack, and you didn't want to be the one getting jacked up.
The guy getting nailed on the other side of it as well. Robert says, sounds like the IFL commissioner knows who his boss is. See, did I float around that subject? I went towards it, but my feelings my personal feelings are the Rattlers run the league. If you want to know my honest opinion about it. Not that they run it, but they don't get everything that they want, but their voice is listened to more than other people.
Well, I think definitely on the business end of it,
yeah,
they do. Obviously, we saw last year in the playoffs that not on the field, they don't always get their way.
Yes. But they made a ton of officiating changes this offseason.
Yeah.
Wonder why they did that, Dale.
Maybe those officials didn't get the memo.
It's fascinating to see from that. So I'll let you know if we get a statement there.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll keep it rolling. We got, of course, NBA coming up later in the show, NHL as well. When Dale takes off to go golf, we'll hit up the NHL because, folks, you have to watch the NHL.
I did. I watched it last night.
Did you? Which game?
The Avalanche are good, aren't they?
Oh, my dear God. Minnesota doesn't have a chance.
No.
The Avalanche and Carolina, I'm up for Carolina in this as well. They're the Oklahoma City Thunder. Just the NHL has two of those teams.
Yeah.
Whereas the NBA only has.
Well, let's hope neither one will get tripped up or that there's a bad injury and one of them doesn't make it to the final.
Oh, my God. This is going to be an amazing final if these guys both make it. We'll talk NBA because, boy, Lakers, you thought you had a chance. Talk about that as well. Major League Baseball.
Go, my D-backs.
Dale's back on the D-backs.
9 runs, baby.
But I found out something about NBA, the Major League Baseball and their umpires yesterday that surprised me.
Huh.
More leagues should implement this. And I've been saying it all along. We'll talk about it. Come on back. Main event. And we're back here. Main event with this guy, 17-year NFL veteran, Dale Hellestrae.
Yippee. You don't sound very excited about it.
There's as much excitement as I can get, buddy.
999 followers, Steve, on Twitter I have.
Good for you.
It never just gets comfortably over 1,000. It'll go to 1,001, 2, or 3.
Every time you go over 1,000, all my dummy accounts unfollow you to put you back below it.
Oh, you're dumb. Are you the ones with the pretty girl pictures?
Yes, that's me. Yeah, in the bikinis and
Yeah.
stuff. Those are all mine.
Okay.
Yeah, those are all mine. Just so you know. Oh, Lordy. Hey, your D-backs. Before we get into your D-backs, 9-0 win yesterday. We'll talk about this. What Torrey did. I've alluded to this the last couple of days and the last week, and especially yesterday with Bruce Cooper.
Yeah.
If you missed yesterday with Bruce Cooper, he joins us on Tuesdays. And I brought it up to him and, of course, to you again. I've noticed a change in Torrey. So, even furthermore, today, Torrey said something yesterday before the game that just shocked me.
Okay.
Shocked me. There's a change in Torrey. I believe he knows he's been given specific sports. He's been given specific things that have to happen if he's going to come back after this year. I believe it because he's acting differently, and I have more proof of that coming
Okay,
up.
real quick, before you go any further, and then
Yep.
you can finish. Whether he's been told or not,
He knows it.
he's a smart enough guy to realize, hey, this middling thing and
It's 50,
50%,
500.
yeah.
500 record all the time.
Yeah, I think he feels the internal pressure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But
You're
they
probably
might
right.
have also said something.
Yeah, it's like, hey, playoffs or you're out of here this year type of, they don't put it that way, but you make the playoffs or you're not coming back after this year type of a thing, right? But before we get into that, Major League Baseball is doing something. Like I complain a lot. I complained about it in hockey the other night of umpires, referees, never having to sit down in front of the media. Yes, there's things as pool reports like in the NBA and stuff like that where one reporter gets to ask the head referee a question in the NFL too. And there's no pushback on it. You can ask a one follow-up question, but you can't push back on it. They just referees say their canned responses, and then you have to move on from it. And it's a joke that it happens. I've said a lot. Last week, Dale, when you were gone, I determined we've called it a certain thing. I've named it now. This is that button I always talk about, like in the NFL, even in the NBA, where they call something, and instantly in somebody's ear, the guy that calls its ear, they go, "Hey, idiot, that wasn't pass interference. Pick that flag up." They'll say it nicely, then I will.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they won't call him an idiot. Hey, that wasn't pass interference. Pick the flag up. And then they pick no pass interference. Or, hey, that wasn't holding. Pick it up. That was clean. Blah, blah, blah. And you can fix the errors without even a review, Dale.
Right.
You can fix it
almost
instantly.
in real time.
Yes. Major League Baseball's doing that. According to Jeff Passan, ESPN, I believe that's who said this. Yesterday, he talks about the ABS and the umpires. Because umpires have gotten better. Oh, sorry, Kobe. Sorry about that. Umpires have gotten better with their ABS calls as the season's gone on. Now we know why. Here it is, Jeff Passan.
MLB, I think, has done a decent job of giving umpires the ability to get in-game feedback. I don't know if you knew this, but umpires have the two-way microphone, and they can talk to the ABS operator and be told that, hey, you're calling strikes a little bit off the plate today. Bring it in a little bit. And that real-time feedback, I think, has helped. And it's great. Like, I understand that hitters want a consistent zone, but I think more than anything, they just want the correct calls because they have their idea of what a strike is too. And as close as umpires can come to replicating that, I think the better the game.
Give credit where credit is due. Where an ABS guy can tell an umpire, because they see it every play. We don't see it. They see the ABS system every play. And him and an umpire can go, hey, you're 6 inches off the plate on the outside today.
Right.
That umpire has the ability to adjust it.
I like that.
It should be the technology's there. Every league should have this. A foul happened. Instead of in the NBA, imagine this. When they call the, we're going to look and see if it was a heinous act or whatever. Literally somebody in the ear can go, that's not a technical, guys. That was just a regular foul, hard foul.
Right.
Instead of going to the thing, they have to lean over like Bob Barker into that little 70s microphone, lean into it, talk, walk off, come back and talk into it again and give their big spiel. You can have that solved in 2 seconds with an actual NBA official.
At least most of the time.
Yeah, sometimes you'll have to go into it. I get it. Same thing in the NFL. Hey guys, that receiver was mugged out there. Bloop. You didn't throw a flag there, guys. That's definitely pass interference. Throw your flag. And the ref has to throw his flag out there, and then they do it. You wouldn't even know what's happening. Did anybody know the umpires were being talked to? Two-way radios, when the umpires had that ability? Nope. You don't have to announce it if you don't want to, but you can solve 90% of your officiating mishaps that affect games with this simple communication. And you got to give all the credit in the world to Major League Baseball if it's happening. And I'm not going to doubt Jeff Passan.
Right.
That's fascinating. I love it.
I think the one thing that both of us have realized as we've gotten older, officiating is a difficult deal. It's hard.
It is.
Hey, whether you're trying to talk basketball or football or, in my mind, especially baseball,
the speed of the game. Yeah.
Inches here on a 98-mile-an-hour slider or fastball or whatever. It sometimes with, and I've always said this, I would be fine if you took away all the slow motion and all the replay.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And you just live with whatever happens. Yeah. But you can't do that because of all the slow motion and 4K, and and all that
My
stuff.
favorite's in basketball when they freeze frame it and they're like, oh, the ball's on his tip and he's the last one to touch it on the fingertip. And you're like, that's not the spirit of replay, man. I won't fault an umpire. Like some of these replays, the ball is barely on the upper corner in the thing. I'm not faulting an umpire for getting that wrong. I'm not.
Right.
But the ones down the middle, the ones 3 feet outside, that's different type of a thing. But here's my other thing I was just thinking forward to. Yes, you have the ABS now 2 challenges. If you're doing this 2-way talk right now, and the ABS guy can go, hey, you're half an inch outside of your strike zone right now. If you move in, just move it in just half an inch.
Yeah.
Whatever, an inch or whatever. We're getting to the point where there's a guy upstairs that's just going to buzz the umpire. 2 buzzes means strike, 1 buzz means ball. That ball goes across, bloop, bloop, umpire calls it instantly. You won't even know. You won't even know, Dale.
Look at you.
It's coming. And I'm okay with that because these umpires and their egos, those umpires need to retire and go be cops if they with those egos they got. So
I thought security officer
well, them too.
or principal.
Or you go be the general manager down at Classic Collision Queen Creek. Be Joe down there. That guy's saving the world 1 car at a time, folks.
You got like 5 things
Oh, I can
you
keep
will
going,
never,
too.
ever forget.
What about the school resource officer at Queen Creek High School? The guy that
SRO.
the guy that was going to save the world by blocking my car and not letting me leave on the first day of school last year. I can keep going. I can get them all in, Dale.
Full.
What about old Cindy McCreary back in 7th grade? I'm just kidding.
She stuck gum on you. And for some reason, I think there is a Cindy McCreary.
Well, there might be. I don't know, but I do not know her. That's not who it is.
Oh,
What about good old Steph over there in high school who decided a college kid was more cooler than I was after 2 years of dating? What about that one, huh Dale? Huh? What about that one?
all right, move on.
I'm making stuff up now, folks. Dale's like, are you being serious right now? Yeah, I'm making it up. Those last ones. The Joe Classic Collision one was real. The SRO one was real, too. But the other ones are all made up.
See, that's good. You kind of mix a couple real ones in there with some fake ones.
Yeah, but the problem is now people are going to be like, oh, my God.
Who's Cindy McCreary and why did she hurt Stevie's feelings?
Somebody's going to go out there and find a Cindy McCreary. And she's going to be like, I don't know a Steve McCollum. I've never known one of them. And they're going to be like, oh, she doesn't remember you, Steve. But you remember her. She's in your head. It was made up, folks. That one was made up. The Classic Collision and the SRO weren't made up. I'll be clear on that. Joe down there thinks he's saving the world with fixing cars. That clown. Robert says that was amazing info from Passon. Absolutely. I mean, I was shocked. When I saw that yesterday, I almost fell over. I was just like, wow. And they're doing what I want. We're seeing more of that come up. I'd like to see the NFL employ that. NBA employ that a little bit more. Especially on these, what do they don't call it heinous acts. They call it something else. But when those things where they have to stop and replay it to see if it was an intentional flagrant foul, you could solve that so much easier, if it is or it isn't. Especially if it isn't. Where they go, we're going to review it. You can literally be in the ear and go, guys, that's not even close to a flagrant foul. Don't even waste our time.
Right.
Get the game going again. Get the flow going again.
Unless it's time for a timeout.
If it's a close play, then obviously go review it or whatever as well. So, Robert says, come to think of it, Robert's on my page. They may be buzzing down and calling pitches already. Haven't heard much complaining about CB Buckner lately, have we?
Well, his name did after that first 10 days.
But he had eight challenges in that one game.
Yeah,
in that Reds game. But that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen the stats lately, but I know early in the season, umpires were, I wanted to say like a 50% clip, roughly 54% clip of calling it right on the challenge play.
Right.
It's gotten better. Watch a baseball game today. Not as much arguing about it and stuff. Not as many challenges happening. You're not seeing those games of 6-8 challenges.
I just wonder when you think about that. I think it's also managers have told players.
They've settled that down a little.
Yeah.
Some of these players, I've seen a couple. Jazz Chisholm with the Yankees. Somebody else the other day, literally a ball right down the middle. Fastball down the middle. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, how do you not see that right down the middle, man? And I know some batters will challenge ones that they know were called right, but you're still challenging it because it's late in the ball game. You're down by a run, bases are loaded. You want to challenge that, just make sure.
But not first inning.
Yeah, not first, third, fourth inning, something like that.
Right.
When you know it's not right, just challenge it. What's the worst case? Maybe you get it right, but I think this is fascinating news. And if you get anything from this show today, Dale, when you're on the golf course later and you're thinking about this show like you always do and everything, just think how after all these years of Stephen McCollum saying, this is an easy fix for officiating. You can fix this in 2 seconds by literally just getting in the guy's ear to fix it.
Actually, what I'm going to remember.
Major League Baseball's doing it now, folks.
Actually, what I'm going to remember is Steve McCollum saying, I kind of like it, and talking about officiating. And Joe's collision.
Classic collision, Queen Creek. Let's be clear, Queen Creek location, Joe Decker. But anyway, I have this cough, man. I have this cough. Folks, he's saving the world one broken down, damaged car at a time. Forget about the puppies. Joe says forget about the puppies. Joe says forget about the veterans, Dale. Forget about the guys coming back from Iraq with one leg. I am the hero. I fix damaged cars. You will bow down to me, ye with damaged cars. Come on back, guys. Main event. Second hour coming up next. And we're back here, main event, second hour. Dale, look at me giving props to Pat Tryon earlier, commissioner of the IFL.
Props.
I give him props. That, you got to play this up, man. That's what I'm saying. That's my props. Play this up.
A little WWE inside the indoor football league
People
wouldn't
are
be
going
bad.
to tune in like crazy. As long as you don't overdo it.
Right.
People are going to eat this up 100% as well. Excuse me, I have the hiccups now. And everything and all that. Then Major League Baseball on top of it. What a day. Look at me. Feeling better, Dale. I'm giving props to people.
Yeah, you are.
I give props to Dale here as well, helping out the veterans yesterday on the Monday on the golf course. Finally, Dale went above and beyond just himself. Here.
Finally. Yeah. That's what I've always been told. Finally.
You playing golf well right now? Because you golfed a lot last week. Have you gone back or have you suffered at all?
No, I think last week was a little much. was a little much.
Because you got the men's club today coming up for you as well.
I'm just going to do today, and I think that might be it for the week.
We'll get you all day Friday, huh?
Yeah. Well, if you want me.
Well, I got a plan for this.
I don't know. You get pretty excited at that last break. And Dale's leaving.
If you guys don't know, I stand up and I literally am pushing Dale out the door. I'm walking him out the door in the front as well. Don't forget, Uncle Lou coming in tomorrow as well. We had UFC in Perth, Australia last weekend, overnight show, and a numbered event, I think, coming up this week as well. It's going to be fun to talk to Uncle Lou tomorrow with the hockey playoffs going on, college baseball playoffs and regionals coming our way here in literally a few weeks. Don't forget, Big 12 championship baseball up at Surprise Stadium coming up. At the end of
is
this
it?
month.
That's out here, huh?
Yeah. May in an open air stadium. Oh, that'll be fun, won't it? Middle of May, May 20th, I think, 21st.
Probably be what, 78, 80? I have a bet with my neighbor because she said that yesterday was the last below 100 day of the year.
Yesterday, they said?
Yeah.
No.
I bet her dinner that there'll be another sub 100.
Ooh, you're going to make this? Is she a widow? I just mean that.
No, she's a friend of my wife.
Okay. So what's not like it? No, the only reason I was asking was, she's probably on a fixed income. Can't do it. And Dale's going to be like, taking me to Crate and Barrel. Is that a restaurant?
Crate and Barrel.
Yeah, is that a restaurant or is that
Crate and Barrel? That's a jeez. Boy, some of the restaurants you take your bride or your sweetie to.
There's something in Barrel. It's right over here somewhere. I drive by it all the
Cracker
time.
Barrel.
No, trust me, I won't forget Cracker Barrel.
Crate and Barrel's like home goods.
Yeah. So maybe you'll go eat a wicker chair. I don't know.
I'll tell her I want those American Wagyu steaks from Costco.
Stone and Barrel is what I'm thinking of.
What?
That's down south. Still and Barrel is what I'm thinking of. 16th Street.
So you can just put any word behind.
No, that is a real restaurant. Because there's one right over here. Because I saw it the other day and I was like, "What's Still and Barrel? Do I have to check that out?" Yeah, that'll look it up again. Still, Still, which tells me alcohol, right? Am I smart enough? Specialize in bourbon, cocktails, and wine with a specialized bottle shop. Yeah. Oh, food is provided by Phoenix City Grill. So I will not be trying that.
You been to Phoenix City Grill?
No. I'll just go to Phoenix City Grill and eat. Why am I going to go to another place to eat their food?
Wow.
Yes. Hey, Dale, your Diamondbacks won 9-0 yesterday.
Yes, they did. Back on that, on the right track. You were going to talk a little bit about Torey Lovello calling all 5 starters in.
Okay. I that's a backstory for those of you that don't catch us every day or don't get to listen to the show every day or whatever, or all of it, whatever. I've noticed Torey Lovello's been a little more animated, like in Chicago when Perdomo and Marte didn't convert that double play ball. He went out to the mound after that, and you could tell he was a little peeved by it.
Right.
Torey Lovello of the last several years, hey, we're going to work on it. We're better than that. Those types of comments.
Yeah.
Pitching McCann, the last time he pitched him, he came out. Diamondbacks on SI had a fabulous story on this about how he was upset he has to keep pitching McCann because pitchers are stumbling. More vocal. Torey in the past, my complaints with him are, and you kept saying, maybe he's doing it in the locker room.
Right.
And I'm like, is he though? Because I don't believe a coach is calm and everything in front of the media and then goes behind the scenes and then becomes this raving guy. I just don't believe it. And I've noticed this year, Torey Lovello has an edge to him early in the season now. Right, is what we're seeing here. So yesterday before the game, but multiple outlets put this out in his pregame press conference yesterday against the Pirates. Torey Lovello talked about it. Torey Lovello, if you don't know, he's a big players coach, players manager. He'll address things, not publicly. He'll pull you into the office so it's a one-on-one so he doesn't embarrass you type of stuff. That's his style, Dale.
Right.
His style. Well, before we had this caught my attention yesterday, and then Erod's response to it yesterday was even more emphatic, if this is the reason why. But Torey Lovello yesterday calling all the pitchers into his office at the same time.
We got to be better. We've challenged them. We've told them that they're the right group. They're experienced. They know exactly what they got to get to, and in my opinion, it's a matter of time before they turn it around. I had them all in my office. Yes. So I like to do things individually, but I had them in my office as a group, and I let them know what was on my mind. Make them hit their way on. I mean, it goes all the way back to Little League. Throw strikes, make them hit their way on. Walks as good as a hit. Merrill and Zach are probably my most popular targets. I call them in and challenge them with different things at different points in time, and they accept it. We have really good conversations, but in this case, I called all of them in at one time. I'm kind of pissed I said it, but I did.
This is amazing. Torey Lovello is becoming the manager that he should have been these last 10 years, man.
And again, it's interesting because it's hard for a coach to change his stripes. If you're a yeller, you're usually a yeller your whole career. If you're quiet, you're usually quiet your entire career. It is interesting, and I go along with you, the fact that I think he understands that if this swoon continues for a whole lot longer and they end up bottoming out this summer, he ain't going to be around next year.
Next year. He might not even make it till the end of this year on top of it. It's just, you saw that. I don't know where I got that specific, because somebody had cut it up that way, and I like the way they cut it up. You've said it repeatedly. Oh, I always challenge Zach and Kel and Merrill all the time. I have them into my office. I challenge them. They accept it. He said all 5 of them. I'll say this. When you call one person into your office, yes, you have accountability with them. But you know who doesn't see it? The other people.
Right.
When all 5 are in there. Like, Dale, I'll put it in football terms, and you tell me if I'm wrong on this. Jimmy Johnson calls you into his office, you specifically as a lineman, and says, man, you missed all these sacks. You're taking accountability on that. But that's different than him sitting in the film room going, look at what you're doing here. And he's calling you out on the film. Do. Every lineman in there is going, I better not do that.
Oh, yeah. There's no
and having all 5 guys in that room is different than calling them in one by one, because all 5 of those guys in those room were listening to Torey. They were as competitors looking at each other going, I need to be the guy that snaps us out of this. I need to be the guy to do this.
Well, not only snaps out of it, but I'm not so sure that Torey didn't say, guys, understand, time is short. Yeah. I'm not going to be afraid to make some changes.
That's what I'm getting at.
If things don't happen.
And he's looking at Merrill Kelly and Erod and Sirocco and everybody. Whereas if you say that to one person in that room, they're going to go, well, he's making a joke, but he's going to make a change with a guy that sucks worse than me over here. Right? Oh, he's been pitching worse than me, so I'm good. He's just threatening me. But all 5 of you in there, and he's looking at all of you, it just hits different is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And Torey doesn't do it before. You just kept seeing in that clip there. I wish I knew who I got that from, because I saw so many clips as I was watching the press conference and seeing all the clips. So I apologize. But you saw it. Torey just kept saying, I'm a one-on-one guy. I'm a one-on-one guy. I'm a one-on-one guy. I'm a one-on-one guy. It's like he can't help himself. But then he has that conversation with all 5. Erod goes out there and looks like he did beginning of the season. Against a good hitting Pittsburgh team, by the way.
It looked pretty good. And I've told many people this. Coaches, I'm talking about me now, my career, coaches that yell and scream and become a noise and nails on a chalkboard and all that, I never really responded to that. I responded to a coach coming up behind me as I'm standing there and going, Dale, you're way better than this. We need more out of you. That spurred me on more than just yelling and screaming.
Well, and everybody's different too, Yeah. Everybody's different on how you do it. A good manager.
That's what I say. Jimmy Johnson was a good psychologist. He knew there were some guys who needed to be yelled at, screamed at, threatened. Yeah. He knew some guys needed a pat on the rear end.
Because, I mean, if you're challenging Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen predominantly, you heard him say it. Oh, I mainly just talked to Zach and Merrill in my office one-on-one. And I challenge them. And they respond. Do they? Or is that just another meeting that you're constantly having with those two and nobody else? You can go a little tone deaf in those situations. That type of stuff. I can tell you this. When I was in the corporate world, we had a meeting every Monday at the same time with the same people. There were meetings where I was just not paying attention. And I'm like, oh, here's the same old meeting again.
Right.
Same old meeting again. No matter what he said, the idiot in front of me talking, no matter what they said, same meeting as every Monday. Nothing changed. Just same meeting, same meeting, same meeting. You tune it out after a while.
Yeah.
No matter how much you're challenged and stuff to that effect.
I like it.
I know. This is what I've been begging Tori to do for years now, a couple years now, especially when guys start to slide a little bit. And the other thing I like about it is every pitcher has struggled over the last week or so, every starting pitcher. So you're also not singling them out. You're bringing them in and going, y'all are better than this.
Right.
But again, they're challenging each other. You've been in a locker room where you're like, okay, I want to be the guy to pull us out of it. I go tomorrow night. I go the next night. I want to be the guy, like Sirocco tonight against Paul Skeens. Okay, Erod stepped up after that meeting. All right, it's my turn to step up now against the best pitcher in baseball tonight. Let's do this. And I don't think Tori puts that drive into people very often. A la Marte is a perfect example. Kind of just sits back and lets him do what he wants, no matter what his struggles are. This is the first sign, I think, that we've seen Tori Lovello I'm not going to say get into guys' faces, because he talks to them all the time. But now he needs to start doing it with Perdomo and Marte and Carroll a little bit. Get them snapped out of it. Call them into your office and say, guys, what's up with your bats? You guys are better than this.
But does that work in baseball?
It did for last night. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I know, but you challenge him, you fire him up. Does that work as far as hitting a baseball?
No, but I'll say this. What's happening now isn't working.
Because what I'm saying, like in football, yeah, you get a guy fired up.
He goes out there and rails somebody over.
He can probably hit harder.
Yeah, he runs somebody over, yeah.
But does that necessarily work in
No, but
baseball?
I don't know how to describe this.
I mean, focus maybe?
Well, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, okay, focus is a good. I'm trying to figure out how to describe this so I don't sound like just a complete a-hole to Marte or Perdomo or whatever. But you can see in a baseball field when Marte is engaged and when he's not. You can tell on the field. We've talked about this. He can still make the plays. It's just the motions aren't there. He's not, into the game as much. So sometimes the focus needs to be readdressed. Hey, man, wake up. We need you to wake up. We need you to focus better and stuff to that. Doesn't mean it's going to equate to that. But a lot of players on this Diamondbacks team over the last few years have gotten complacent. Marte got so comfortable, Dale, that he took off the Sunday before the All-Star game, went to the Dominican, and didn't tell anybody. That's a comfortability that I would love to have on anything I work.
Steve, his house got broke into here.
I'm just using it. Marte was comfortable enough that he had the wind at his back for 2 days and needed a day off. He was willing. They put him in the lineup, and then they would have to scratch him because he was comfortable enough to walk in there. We don't need to rehash Marte stuff. What I'm saying is that's a level of comfortability that I think you have to be shocked out of.
Yeah.
So sometimes a conversation with 5 guys in a room can shock you out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Then just being like, oh, somebody else will wake up, and I'll eventually get there, But it's a Wednesday game against the Pirates. Paul Skeens is out there, and I'll just go out there and field the balls that are hit to me, and I'll do what I can, but I'm not expecting much today. Let's just get through the game. I got dinner later on, and that happens all the time. You know this. There were games you went to play, and you probably walked down the field of warm-ups, and you were like, well, I don't want to be here today.
The difference is there's only 16 of them versus 162.
And you can get killed if you like.
Yeah.
No, but I know
I'm
I took
with
that
you.
I took that to an extent. I know,
Yeah.
but there were times where in the middle of a game where your brain's someplace else for some reason. A Philadelphia guy's throwing a battery at your head. You're paying attention to that, and they're like, "Dale, we need a long snapper."
Yeah, I'm looking up in the stands trying to figure out who threw it.
You're flipping off the battery throwing guy, and they're like, "Our long snapper, please."
No, but you're right. And what I've always said in sports is you go in with a game plan, but if that doesn't work, if you're getting your butt kicked, try something different. That might not work either.
Yeah.
But at least try something different. I think that's what you see with Torey Lovullo right now. He's had a way and a game plan of how he's going to treat his players, and guess what?
He's changing.
Right now, it's not working. I got to try something different.
Yeah, I dare I say this, maybe Torey, whether he's been told or he realizes it, and I believe he's been told, folks. No basis behind it, but I believe Torey has been listening at a minimum to those of us, national media people and local media people, that have criticized him with the soft handling of some of the players and situations and stuff like that. Give him credit. He's trying it different this year, and I like it. Is it going to work? I don't know, but we're seeing a difference, and I like it a lot. You got to give Torey credit for that,
Right.
in my opinion. Now, you also run the risk of, if this doesn't go right, you're going to lose the locker room. If you're changing the way you manage and it doesn't work, and the way you're managing didn't work,
well,
it's about to go downhill.
I think the challenge was sitting down as a group and talking, and I don't think he's in there throwing whiteboards and erasers.
But I had just we all know this. Being called into your boss's office by yourself is one thing. Being called in with 4 or 5 other people, it's a different feel, especially when it doesn't happen. You kind of go in there a little different and listen a little bit different. Dale, enough of my nonsense with you. I'm going to keep it going here with NBA talk. Austin Reeves last night, Lakers. Dale has the Lakers winning this Thunder series. Do you regret that?
I got nobody beating the Thunder. I just wanted to see if the Lakers could win one.
Our only hope is the Spurs can beat the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Spurs can give the Thunder, because I don't think anybody in the East is going to. They might as well not even. They just hand the trophy to the Thunder.
There we go. Resides in the Midwest.
Dale, we'll see you tomorrow. Of course, Uncle Lou coming in tomorrow as well. I'll get you going here with the NBA and the NHL. James Harden plays for the Cavs, if you didn't know. He has an unfortunate stat we got to talk about as well. Turnovers. Come on back, folks. I'll get you the rest of the way. The main event. Of course, on this Wednesday pit stop coming up later on today as well. That'll be up for you by 2 p.m. today, both on Robot TV, Yahoo, YouTube, TME Media AZ. Follow us there, folks. Subscribe to it. Share us with your friends as well. You want to, because we have a lot of stuff going out there. I spoke to a couple people that are going to come on and do some things around here as well. Not necessarily full-length hour and a half shows, 2-hour shows. Some shorter stuff coming up, helping with some of, like the business show. Gentleman's going to come on and help us with that as well. So going to want to follow us with all the stuff we have and the plans coming the way as well. Looking forward to all that happening as well. So also join the chat on YouTube as well. Ann chimes in as well. Or actually, let's go this first. Ann chimes in, excuse me. My screen gets all screwy here, folks, with all of the new tech and text line 623-252-6670. Still text us there like the bunch of you do right now. Hit us up on X as well at TME Sports Show. Way to do it. Of course, now there's the chat there on YouTube also. Ann says, I noticed with some of my employees when they get complacent, sometimes just resetting the tone and checking the mindset of the person can make the difference. Exactly. And Tori does that in one-on-one meetings, but I don't know if it gets through to a lot of them. That's why it's changing it up a little bit. And that's all I'm saying. And like I said, I can't give Tori enough credit. I've been asking for him to change it up for a while. I have. He's doing it more publicly as well. So keep that going. We'll have to watch that here as the Diamondbacks continue their season as well. And Robert says, come to think of it, they may be buzzing down and calling pitch. Oh, I already read that one about the ABS. Sorry. See, on my screen, it gets a little screwy here. I'm still learning how to read it on my screen here as well. But join us, man. Join in the conversation as well. I've seen you guys on the live chat as well, and you guys have been interacting with each other. That's great to see, and let's keep that going and just be respectful, of course. Don't make me have to get a moderator to come in and babysit you guys and stuff like that. So far, so good out there as well and everything. So Pit Stop coming out later today. That'll be on demand on TME Media AZ on the YouTube. Rumble, don't forget, for the Real Matrix. And all of our other programming, rumble.com/user/TME Media. That will remain a on-demand site, whereas some live stuff, some other things. Anything we do on YouTube will be posted on Rumble. It'll just be more of an on-demand site for the few of you that have reached out about Rumble and getting over there. And I understand it too, but there's a lot of hatred out there for YouTube from what I've learned from a lot of you out there as well. I can tell you this from a creator side. I understand what you're saying with their restrictions as well. So Erod yesterday, unbelievable stats for him. As you guys know, we kind of talked about it in his return to the mound last night. 7 innings pitched. The thing I also like about it, I got to give Tori credit for this also. 7 shutout innings, 7 strikes. Does it mean they're going to win more? Well, we'll have to see. But I like what he's doing because to me, you guys know that I've watched this program and listened to me over the years, all the way back to the radio days. I've just been a critic of the lackadaisical, nonchalant effort there by the management and the coaching staff at the Diamondbacks. And now it's kind of changed a little bit as well out there. In terms of NBA playoffs, as we go, by the way, at 6:49, Paul Skeens and Sirocco tonight on the mound here. Pirates, Diamondbacks tonight, and then tomorrow, day game. Getaway day here for them as well. Zach Gallen's on the mound tomorrow for the Diamondbacks down there in downtown Phoenix. And then you get the Mets coming in, who playing a little bit better, but still scuffling in terms of their expectation levels there for the New York Mets. They're still last place in their division, 13-22. The Mets are as of this morning. Now they are playing Colorado right now, and Colorado hasn't been shabby. They are in last place, 14-22. Them and the Giants are fighting out for that last spot with the same record for them as well. But Colorado Rockies have hit. You know, they're not the easy out they were last couple years, but still beatable. So we'll have to see what the Mets are doing when they come in here. We got to get through these two more days here of the Pirates out there, man. And my daughter's got some stuff on Wednesday night, so I'm not, man. I would be downtown tonight with Paul Skeens on the mound to watching that and Sirocco's output. I'm going to have to watch it on television, unfortunately, because I can't get down there. Wednesday nights are bad for me, unfortunately, and we're dealing with that as well. So, NBA stuff. First of all, throw up the playoff bracket here, and I'll talk over the playoff bracket here as we reset the NBA as well. So Pistons Cavaliers last night. Pistons won the first game of that series. They're up 1-0 in that series there over the Cleveland. I do think the Pistons are going to win this series. I think we're destined to a Pistons-Knicks series conference finals, which could be entertaining from that side. I think the Cavaliers, they're just missing something. Cavaliers are good. They're better than average. They should be a top 4 team in the East. No doubt about it. They're missing something on that team to get them over the hump, I think. One thing that they have hurting them, I can tell you this, is the addition of James Harden this season. Game 1 last night, he had 7 total turnovers. So then I looked around, and ESPN Insights gives us this stats. Because I was looking at Harden's playoff run period after 7 turnovers last night. James Harden, 43 turnovers in 8 games this pro season. 43 turnovers by himself. You talk about Devin Booker's and his turnovers there. Harden is costing that team a lot of turnovers and giving easy points to the opposition. And look, you could have done that against the Raptors and still won the series. You're not going to be able to do that against the Pistons and win the series as well. They don't play again until tomorrow night, those two teams. Tonight you have Knicks and 76ers. Knicks won that first game in blowout fashion. I've seen Bruce Cooper yesterday told you guys he thinks the 76ers can come back and win that series. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think it's going to happen. They have the length. They have the ability. They have the players. I think Joel Embiid is going to come back down to earth in this series after coming back against the Celtics. I think what helped the 76ers in that first round was just the injuries. Miss Tatum going out with the calf injury, missing Game 7, among other things. I think the Knicks are going to go on and win this. I think we'll have a Pistons-Knicks conference championship coming up here. Then tonight you got Spurs, Timberwolves. We talked about this yesterday with Bruce Cooper as well. By the way, if you missed that, you can catch it all on demand. Rumble and YouTube. Well, there is an interview section on both of those pages. TME Interviews is what's labeled. And it's only when Bruce Cooper's on the show or Uncle Lou's on the show. We separate any interviews we have on this program down in that section. So if you just want to hear that part, it's there for you. And then, of course, the whole shows are listed in their section as well. But Timberwolves Spurs get on the court tonight. The Timberwolves, to me, played the best they could play the other night, and they won that game because the Spurs missed a last-second shot at the front of the thing. I think it changes a little bit for the Spurs tonight. They get the victory, tie this series up. But this is going to be a hard-fought series. These are two teams. Just how do the injuries on the Timberwolves go the longer this series goes on? Like Anthony Edwards had a superb Game 1 coming back from that injury. How healthy is he moving forward in that series is kind of the question coming up as well. Then you got Thunders lead that series 1-0 last night. They don't play till tomorrow night again. We were trying to find ways on the Lakers. We all think the Thunder are going to win this series. The question was, without Luka, can the Lakers win a couple games? I don't know if it can get any worse for the Lakers. They're a guy that they need to rely on with Luka being out. Obviously, LeBron James out there, but Austin Reeves coming off of his own injury problems. Austin Reeves had 18.8 field goal percentage in Game 1. Lowest by any Laker in a playoff game over the last 35 years. 3 for 16 from the field, Austin Reeves was last night. You are not beating a team like the Thunder if your scorers aren't scoring. Period. End of story. You do expect it to get a little bit better. It's not going to be that bad every series long, but this is what a matchup problem the Thunder is to the Lakers here in this story. I'm questioning at this point now, overreaction on Game 1. I'm questioning if the Lakers can even win a game in this series, or is this another Thunder sweep? That's how bad it was last night on that side of things for the Lakers. And we'll have to wait and see if they can make this series. Kind of just waiting on that conference finals to come up. I do think if the Minnesota makes it to the Western Conference Finals, I do think that's a mismatch for them. Thunder will win that series fairly easy. I think the Spurs side of it, though, would be more of a battle of a series. So have to keep our eyes on that, obviously, as we get closer to that point. But there you go. NBA updates for you as well. And again, the Thunder not winning a championship this year, that would be a monumental upset if it does not happen. They are the best team in the NBA. They're the most consistent best team in the NBA. They're the deepest team in the NBA. They're on their way to a championship. Can somebody upset them is the question. Unlike on the hockey side of things, as we'll switch over to hockey here. On the hockey side, you have two dominant teams out there. Carolina in the East, Colorado in the West. Both 6-0 in these playoffs here as we're looking at them after last night's win by the Colorado Avalanche over Minnesota. Yeah. To say I expected more from Minnesota would be an understatement. These guys are division foes. They battle each other all the time and everything. Colorado's just rolling right now. Up 2-0 in that series. Throw the brackets up here for me, Kobe. So everybody knows what I'm talking about. 2-0. Colorado's up on Minnesota in that series. Now it goes back to Minnesota here. So it's not like Minnesota, all they've done is lose on the road, which you're supposed to do. So going back home here, they need to win this game 3, obviously, to have a chance in this series. We'll have to see if they can do it or not. Is kind of the thing that we're looking at going forward. Then, and this is what's amazing to me, Montreal, Buffalo. Everybody else has played, well, except for Vegas Knights and Anaheim. They play tonight for their second game. Buffalo, Montreal just get underway tonight in that series as well. That's our first game today, 4 p.m. our time, Buffalo, Montreal. If you're going to pick a series to watch here in these playoffs in this round, because I'm going to tell you, Colorado, Minnesota, I think is going to be a bloodbath series, meaning Colorado probably won't sweep them, but they're going to dominate this series and get out of it fairly easily. Carolina, Philadelphia, I'm not going to turn that series on if I were you, if you're not a diehard hockey fan, because Carolina's going to win that series. They might not sweep it. They might sweep it. I think Carolina might be the better team in the playoffs right now, but I'm looking forward to a final here of Colorado-Carolina. But Carolina's going to dominate Philadelphia and get out of that series fairly easily. Vegas-Anaheim, I do think Vegas is going to win this series. Probably, I could see it going 6, 5 or 6 easily here, going to 6, because Vegas will let some games go on you. I just think Anaheim's lucky to be in the playoffs. They were able to escape a beat-up, tired, in disarray Edmonton team to get past them into this round. And the Vegas Knights, I think they're experienced and ready to go to get into that next level here. But I'm watching that series because, like I said, my history, born in Anaheim, love the Knights as well. We've been over that history before. That's a fun series for me. But if you want to watch a series and have some fun with it, Buffalo Montreal is the series you want to watch. They get underway tonight, their series. They haven't played yet, and everybody else is going to be 2 games in here after tonight, and they're just getting started. 4 p.m. our time, Buffalo Montreal. Shane Doan's kid, Josh Doan, is on Buffalo, getting some playing time. Scored his first playoff goal last week. Montreal's young team as well. They haven't hoisted the Stanley Cup in 30-something years. Obviously trying to make a run here as well for them. That's going to be the series this round, if you're not a giant hockey fan, that you are going to want to pay attention to. And that starts tonight as well. So 4 p.m. for that, and then 6:30 p.m. for Anaheim at the Vegas Knights as well there. Then tomorrow, just to look ahead on Thursday, only one game tomorrow. That's Carolina-Philadelphia. Yeah, we might have a 3-0 series after tomorrow night, in my opinion. Then, of course, on Friday, just to give you a look ahead, you got Montreal-Buffalo again, and then the Knights and Anaheim again on that night. Yeah, Minnesota and Colorado have some breaks in it. So do the Timberwolves Spurs, which a lot of people go, well, they both play in Minnesota, but they don't play in the same building. One's in Minnesota, one's in St. Paul. So there's some gaps in that. Now, obviously, other events, things like that, are probably stretching those series out as well for them. Events in the arenas that they play in there. But I see a lot of people on social media say, "Well, they play in Minnesota. They play in separate cities, let alone buildings there in Minnesota as well. The Wild are up in St. Paul. The Timberwolves are actually in Minneapolis as well." From that perspective. So that's where we get you set up here for tonight. Of course, Diamondbacks, 6:40 p.m. tonight as well on the mound tonight for the Diamondbacks. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I'm not saying Sirocco is going to go get the win tonight, right? It's going to be a monumental feat for him. But how does he look against the Pittsburgh Pirates batters? We could see a 1-0, 2-1 type ball game tonight with these pitchers on the mound. I'm looking forward to that. I like those. Does Sirocco step up after that meeting with Torey Lovello and get into that as well? It's kind of the questions that we are looking at coming up here. So earlier in the show, I did joke around a little bit with Mr. Hellestrae that he bought that $25,000 blue turf from Boise State and everything. So during the show, I didn't know the details of it. I just saw the headline and decided to run with that there as well. They're tearing up their current turf there at the stadium in June, is what they're doing. So in collaboration with college sports-focused collectibles company called Collect You, and I'm getting this from The Athletic, by the way, they're selling off pieces of the blue turf in all shapes and sizes, all to allow fans to own a piece of the football program's history, and of course all the money will go into the athletic department's pockets as well. So that could help, obviously, maybe with players and coaching and stuff like that as well. So they sold a 400 square foot sheet of the blue turf. It's going to be professionally installed in the winner's home. They sold it for $25,000. That auction closed on last night. Yeah, 400 square foot sheet of the playing surface. Do you get any logos with that, or is it just that ugly blue in your backyard? Yeah. By the way, they had a big problem with that turf. They had to fix it by doing some things. But birds would land on this turf and break their necks and stuff because they thought it was water. So now you're going to have that problem in your backyard, aren't you? A 6 by 12 foot, 40-yard line turf marker, which they say signifies the 40th anniversary of the program's implementation of the blue turf. Has that blue turf been up there for 40 years? That's surprising to me. Wow. It sold for $4,000. A 6 by 4 foot 2 on the 20-yard line sold for about $2,000 as well. Yeah. There we go, folks. It's the ugliest field on the planet. Well, I don't know. The red one in, what's that school that the Red Hens or whatever? I forget what school. They have a red turf. That's pretty bad also. Let's just put them as both the worst deal as WAT. So let's talk about that as well. But, if you don't want to spend thousands of dollars, they do have other options that range from $40. That's a 6 by 4 inch cut of it. $300 turf ring. For men and women, on which the band will contain pieces of the turf. You can get a ring for $300 with the turf in it. Who's the Boise State fan that wants that? Yeah, there you go, folks. And they don't say anything in this article. I read somewhere that they're changing the color of it. I don't know if that was a fake site or not. This article on The Athletic, as I look into this, doesn't say anything about that. Let's do a quick search here. I know, sorry, I'm doing production on air here. I apologize. Boise State turf, new color. No, it's still going to be blue. Okay. They're installing new signature blue turf for the 2026 season, the 40th anniversary of the blue. Yeah, permanent orange hash marks at the 2 and 11 yard lines to honor the program's icons Ashton Gentry and Kellen Moore. That's right, I do remember reading this last week. The updated design also includes a state-of-the Idaho outline and the new Pac-12 logos. Yeah, don't forget, they're moving into the Pac-12 this year as well. Installations coming up this summer. So they are keeping it blue. It's just a refreshed blue, so it's not going to look like it did before out there. So good for Boise State. If you want a Boise State fan in your life, you want some turf. So when they tore down, I'm going to tell you a little story about me. I think that's the people buy seats. I bought my seat from the stadium I sat in for 30 years. And, that just ends up getting lost and thrown away and stuff like that. But when the Colt, I had Colt season tickets for a bunch of years. I was traveling back there a lot at the time and stuff like that. And I actually got season tickets. Before they went on their Super Bowl run with Peyton Manning, it was about the same time as Peyton Manning was being drafted by them. And I actually gave up on those tickets the year Peyton Manning got hurt. And then the tickets just sank. So tickets were given to people I knew back there at the time and things to that effect. I went back there for the big games. Like I saw them play San Diego a couple times. The Patriots games we were always back there on. Went to AFC championship game or AFC playoff games because the championship games were always in New England. Went back there for that stuff. But anyway, it was just because I was back there. I'd fly in. If I had to be there for that week, I'd fly in on a Saturday or Sunday morning, go to the football game or the home game, and then do my stuff, work stuff that week, and then fly home or whatever. So it was just something to do, pass some time, whatever. I had 2 tickets. But I digress here. So when they tore down the RCA Dome, which was a dump, by the way, when they tore down the RCA Dome, they were giving away pieces of the turf. It's a nice plaque. It's in this thing. It's turf, folks. Like, whatever. I bought one of them. It was like $100 and something. But I did it because it was going to charity. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it for charity. It's somewhere around my house. It's somewhere in my house. I should probably find it and bring it in here. Just this little piece, in the corner. It's not a big piece. It was $100, couple $100, something like that. But like I said, it was going to charity. I remember getting that like months later when they tore down the RCA Dome. I remember getting it just being like, why did I do this? It was for charity, so I'm glad I did it, help out, whatever charity it was at the time. But I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Turf. Who's looking back at the RCA turf in Indianapolis and going, yeah, I remember that turf. I got to find that at my house. I'll look behind the hallway TV. That shot's for Braxton there, as well as what I gotta look at. Papa Mike says Thunder sweep will be awesome against the Lakers as well. Papa Mike also says buying blue, heavily used turf. He's smacking his head emojis. Well, that's the thing. I didn't realize that turf was 40 years old. I thought it was younger but it's 30 years old plus, in my opinion. But forget about all the abuse it's taken with football, soccer, whatever else has happened on there. Boise winters aren't nice. The weather it's endured and things to that effect. I don't get it. But I know. So I have to be careful. I'm making fun of it. But I do own a piece of the RCA turf. Maybe, you know what? I might have thrown that away over the years. The more I'm thinking about it, I might have just been like, psst. Why? Why? And then you buy this. They're just putting a new blue turf down. I don't know. Hey, your money. Spend it how you want. As somebody that did buy RCA Dome turf. For charity, though, folks. That's my excuse. I have to call myself out for my stupidity. Making fun of people buying the blue turf. Who wants that blue turf in your backyard? Oh. If you were a real fan, you would have already bought it and put it in yourself. Right? Am I right? That's what I would have done. We have the World Cup coming up. I did see an interesting business story here for you, folks. I know that's reserved for McCollum on business, but World Cup ticket prices are through the roof. Obviously, the championship game in MetLife Stadium over there in New Jersey, where the Giants play and the Jets play. Obviously, those are through the roof. Those are like 18,000 for like upper level seats, and it gets more expensive as you go down. But that's the right to win the World Cup trophy, right? So I can understand that being a lot more. But in other places like Kansas City, yeah, they have games going there, and tickets have been sold there, not for those astronomical dollar amounts. But the interesting thing that's happening is people aren't booking hotel rooms. Matter of fact, for June and July, right now, Kansas City itself, because they're at Arrowhead Stadium, they're hosting a couple World Cup games, a few there. It's so bad that it's below just a regular June and July summertime hotel bookings in Kansas City. So not only are World Cup people not booking hotels in Kansas City, for instance, that's the city example they gave, but regular people aren't traveling or planning to travel to Kansas City in that time frame. Also, they're avoiding it because the World Cup's there. It's going to be fascinating to watch from the business perspective of the World Cup. How many of these stadiums are full? Most of them will be. I'll just tell you that right now. Most of them will be mostly full. And if not, you'll have a lot of walk-up tickets from locals and things to that effect. But are you getting the economic engine side of it? Kind of what you do. Because yeah, if you're like, oh, I go to Kansas City every June, and you're like, oh, the World Cup's there. Yeah, I'm going to avoid that amount of people there and stuff like that. It'll be fascinating to watch and see how that plays out, as well as that's getting underway here in less than about a month here, folks. World Cup soccer. And soccer is my favorite sport. I'm going to be doing some World Cup schedules and breakdowns and things to that effect as well. So you're going to want to follow TME Media AZ as we'll be doing stuff, obviously, from the home fortress over that time frame where we're watching games and stuff to that effect. So that's what I'm telling you guys. If you want to see them live and when they're done, you want to follow TME Media AZ. It'll all be posted on the Rumble page and Robat TV as well. It'll be posted there as well, but those will be on an on-demand feature as we go forward. Speaking of Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, they say, is way ahead of schedule. Remember, he tore his ACL back in December as well. The Chiefs put this out that he's way ahead of schedule as well. So they say he's in a good position to participate in OTAs at the end of May. That's coming up, or a couple weeks away from now. And the OTAs, they say he could potentially return by week 1. Here's my question. Patrick Mahomes is the guy on your team. You're not the Kansas City Chiefs as we know and love without Patrick Mahomes. You can give credit to other guys, Kelsey, how's Kenneth Walker going to fit in, etc. But you're going to do. Why are you even thinking about having him participate in the OTAs? He should be surrounded with bubble wrap through preseason and have him start. If he's going to be able to start this season, that's where you're doing it. Why are you even thinking about having him in the OTAs? You crazy? I don't get it. I've seen a lot of stuff on the Ollie Frazier picture lately as well. Yahoo has a big piece on it. I've seen a couple like TikTok people that do those types of stuff talk about that picture and everything. And why is that becoming a question mark, and if the poster's real or not? And if you know the history of it, you know what it is. But now people are saying the history of it that we know about it's wrong as well. Why is that even a big thing? I see that big Yahoo story. That's making me kind of think about that as well. And college football news, folks, right? They just expanded the NCAA tournament for men's and women's to 76 teams. More playing games is what's coming our way there. There's also about to be approved a 24-team college football model playoff coming up as well. Going from 12 to 24. So the most discussed version of the 24-team model, according to several people, but I'm going to rely on Yahoo's Dellinger there. With Yahoo, he's really tied into these types of expansions and usually has positive information about it or good information about it. But they say the one that's most talked about for a 2014 model is the all at large field. It's going to be determined from this college football playoff ranking system. An automatic spot will be available in 24 for the group of 6 leagues as well. Great, so we can watch the group of 6 teams get blown out by somebody in the first round. Perfect. It does add 1 playoff round and 12 additional games, obviously, to get to 24. So it's not going to be extended out at all. I would argue, I don't care. I don't care about a 24-team playoff team. Even in a 12-team format, 11 of those teams, let me rephrase this, 9 of the teams aren't going to win the championship. In a 12-team format, you have 2, 3, maybe a 4th, depending on the year, that has a chance to win the championship in a 12-team playoff. And now you're adding 24? It's just going to be glorified bowl games in the first rounds is what it's going to be. It's going to be a team playing there, maybe winning the first game, going to the second round, maybe winning the second round game, going to the third round, and then just getting dismantled by somebody. That's what is going to happen. At best, that's what's going to happen. The top 8 ranked teams would receive a first-round bye on top of it. If we've learned anything about first-round byes in the college football playoffs, you do not want one. You struggle. 8 top-ranked teams will receive a first-round bye. Seeds 9 through 24 will play in the first round, and they will be played on campus of the better team. So let's say Arizona State or Arizona, for you Wildcat fans. You get there and, you get there and you have the better record and you have the higher seed. Well, additional home game for you coming up as well. So with this format, 2014 format, some big changes happening. Conference championship games will be eliminated. No more conference championship games. So that tells you if they're going to eliminate conference championship game, the playoff would start where the conference championship game should be played. That's what that's telling you. So right after the regular season, that first round, 12 games of the first round of the playoffs would happen right after that. What does that mean, folks? If you do the math, this is the way it should always be. The national championship game on January 14th or 15th or 20th, whatever it is ridiculous. The national championship game, and we've been on this bandwagon here at the main event for the last couple of years. The argument we've had is the national championship game should be around the first. It's okay if it's the second, third, fourth. I'll forgive that. But it should be around January 1st. This format will go back to that, to where the national title game, if the first round of the playoffs is in that first week where the conference championship games are right after that, these national title game would return to the second week of January. Still a little bit far out there for me than I like. It is. I'd rather have it as close to January 1st as possible. But second week of January is a lot better than third week of January, in my opinion. They're talking about, we talked about it before. President Trump wanted to put a thing out there saying the Army-Navy game, no other game can compete with it on that weekend. They've talked about moving that game if this format goes through. Last I saw here, and Yahoo's reporting, they could move it to Thanksgiving week instead. The problem with that is everybody else is playing on Thanksgiving week. So that game loses its luster. The Army-Navy game, that game loses its luster. That game loses its special feel to it if it's played when everybody else plays games. It does. It needs to be standalone or that game is going to become meaningless over time. Need to figure that out as well. Hey, folks, appreciate you joining me here on this Wednesday, getting you through the rest of the show. Hey, my voice held up, and I didn't cough. Now that I've said it, I'm going to start coughing all over the place. Great. Just what I needed out there as well. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 to 10 o'clock. Don't forget, Uncle Lou's coming in tomorrow as well at that 9 o'clock. Follow TME Media AZ. Follow TME Media AZ on X too, folks. That's the parent company. We've started posting on it. We're not doing as much as we'd like. We're going to start posting promotion stuff where you can find our links like on Rumble, on YouTube as well. But things are changing around here as well, folks. So stay tuned for that. And it's going to be fun coming up here. For Kobe, for Dale, for me. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Pit stop coming up later today. It'll be up by 2 o'clock today, folks. We're back in Texas ahead. Ryan Blaney, contract extension today as well with Team Penske. That'll be in the news segment coming up. I saw that this morning. So we'll see y'all tomorrow, everyone. Pit stop coming up later on. Have a great Wednesday night.